Let's get into it. My son was 8 months and I noticed that he stopped babbling. He used to babble all the time, and I noticed it was a change in his progress with babbling. You know, they say babies coo and babble all the time, and so I noticed he used to babble all the time, and then I noticed like he didn't necessarily babble or say much. I paid attention and I was like, okay. And I just took it in. Second thing that I noticed is that it took him a little while to crawl. And I kept saying, man, it's taking him a long time to crawl. But I was like, I'm gonna watch it. You know, babies be at their own pace. You know, I was praying, you know, of course. But I just kept saying, I don't know, something don't seem right. My mother instinct was just like, I don't know. I feel like something, I kept saying to myself in my mind and in my spirit, like something is something. I just don't know. And I'm hoping it's not, but something is something. I just felt it. After his 12-month appointment, you know how they do the little evaluations at the doctor's office with his pediatrician. I was filling out everything, and some of the things that they were saying about the milestones and everything, I was thinking to myself, he is not doing some of this stuff. Like, no, I was 100% sure like he's not doing some of these things. And so when she came back in to give me the report of, you know, the diagnosis with the milestone, well, she came back in with this face and she just was like, I just want to encourage you, mama. Let's think about getting him tested in early intervention. Let's just have a conversation about it. But when she said it, I immediately agreed with it, because at that time too, like, me and my friend were getting up and we were praying at 4:30 in the morning, and we were having intentional prayers. Now, a lot of my intentional prayers were about my son, like, Lord, show me the way that you created him. Lord, show me what gifts you given him, what talents you give him, what skills that I need to cultivate in him. Lord, show me how you created him to be, so that I won't try to make him be who I think he should be. Lord, show me who he should be for you, because you placed him in my womb, Lord. So show me him, reveal him to me, like show me how to take care of him. And so when I took the test and when she told me about EI, which is early intervention, I said, okay, I was immediately on board, because I felt like also it was an answered prayer to me asking Holy Spirit to reveal my son to me. And so when I did it, I had got the first diagnosis with him having a slight delay in understanding. I was like, I knew something was something, because it was just like certain things I would tell him, I could tell he didn't quite understand. I could tell it wasn't grasping or clicking, you know, and I kept saying to myself, Lord, help me, Lord. He's not understanding. I could tell he really wasn't understanding like the simplest of tasks. I just told myself like, it's okay, you know, this was the answer prayer from God. So we began early intervention. Man, I love early intervention. I prayed about every single thing with early intervention. I prayed about each therapist. I prayed about the whole entire process. I prayed about the person when it came to our, she's like the person, I can say like, what can I call her? I can't remember her specific title, but she was the person that was like over us completely, and she issued each therapist to us that we needed. And we started off with Mary, and Mary was our cognitive and behavior, and she was awesome. She was sent by God. She was a woman of God, and I just kept saying, God, you did it. Even with the first person, like I said, she's almost April. April was a woman of God. And I just kept saying, God is just lining this thing up, because I prayed specific prayers. And so I was just overjoyed, because I could see God answering my prayer. And though it was hard, I felt like I wanted to push it aside, because the focus was my son. And I didn't want my feelings to become the forefront of what needed to happen, because it was about him. We did cognitive behavior therapists. We did that for a while. Then we integrated speech, and we had Reagan. Man, I love Reagan. Reagan was just a woman of God, and just everything I prayed for, I kept saying, God, you're doing it. God, you're doing it. God, you're doing it. You're doing it. Even though I don't understand why this is happening, but Lord, you're doing it. You are giving the specific people. And every time that I knew that I needed to stop a therapist, or God let me know, because when it was time for us to end therapy with Mary, God let me know. I didn't want to overwhelm him either with a whole bunch of therapy appointments, and just I wanted him to still kind of feel a sense of normalcy as he navigate the different things. Fast forward, here we are with Reagan, and then after we had Reagan, then we had OT with Andrew. They came to the house, so with them coming to our home to do therapy, it was so convenient. I thank God for early intervention. It was such a true blessing. It was everything that we needed. The only thing I was just like, oh, it stopped at the age of 3, but between the ages 1 and 3, they come until they're able to, you have to go to outpatient. When your 3rd birthday comes, you have to go to outpatient. We had just began our journey at outpatient, but April was so on point about everything. April, literally, before we even hit the milestones with going to emerging to outpatient, she lined everything up. We had evaluations way before he turned 3. She wanted the transition to be smooth, so I had to get on the waiting list with him going there because I still want him in the same program. And so I was just hard pressed on it. I prayed and I asked my speech therapist to give us someone that she knew, and we have such an amazing speech therapist now, Emily, and Emily is just sent by God as well, and I'm just overjoyed. And God literally made that a seamless transition for us, and that was our journey with early intervention. And as we journeyed to outpatient,